2 million people loved my latest video, where Dr. Bob Beck describes how easy it is to electromagnetically control the human mind. But it triggered a lot of people whose cognitive dissonance won't allow them to trust that science. So let's double down and watch some more.
This is one of the most fascinating papers that I can show you. The reason I can show you this paper is because I got it before it was. The work was done by a Dr. Hamer in 1965. He pasted a piece of Reynolds aluminum foil on the ceiling, put another one on the floor, connected it to the output of a sine wave generator that was putting out little electrical signals. The voltage levels were 0.2 of a volt, 0.02 and 0.002 of a volt, root mean square. Next slide. What he found here was something that has turned the industrial, military, government on its little tokus. The effect of man-made signals on human beings to increase or decrease performance. At about 9 hertz, the reaction times were shortened. Next slide. At 3 to 5 hertz, the delta spiking frequency of an epileptic, what happens? Reaction times are dramatically increased, performance is decreased. At voltages that were so low that you could not measure them at fields in the open space unless you had an electrometer that costs about $3,000. Here at the USPA conference a few years ago, I was able to demonstrate absolute control of this lady's brainwaves from the back row with a little device that went in my shirt pocket. You were there, Alden. A lot of people were. Kind of blew minds. Now, this is our friend, Dr. Andrea Puharich, with the electroencephalographic headband. Here's Crusader Rabbit back in about 1977. Next. And one of the best Faraday cages in the United States. Here I am sitting in the corner like a bad boy. Next. What we did is we took a little device that goes in your pocket outside of the cage, had his housekeeper instructed, turn the dial to various frequencies, don't tell us what they are. Remarkable thing, within about a half a second of the time, and this is the random background of the subject's brainwave, within half a second of the time the oscillator was put on outside of this shielded room, the brainwave of the subject immediately entrained to precise frequency, phase. In other words, we had changed the subject's brainwave through a shield with a device that put out 83 milliwatts of power, far less than your little pocket transistor radio. Next slide. Now, the one that the government got me out of pasture to look at was socio-political mass disturbances on some of these electromagnetic cycles. Next slide. Could these things be used for mass mood control, crowd control, an alternative weapon? Now, they had known about these things for many years in West Europe. Dr. Ludwig had made these little devices, these magnetic pacers, that people would wear when they began feeling a little bit out of it because of electromagnetic influences. He did studies on chronic headaches, migraine, rheumatic pains, pains from scars, sleep disturbances, travel sickness, traced them all to the electromagnetic spectra, did 20,000 double-blind studies with human subjects in West Germany. We can't do that here because we have these health education and wealth.
And everyone's question from the first video, what I'm wearing is the only modern version of those pulsars still available on the market today. As a neuroscientist myself with over 20 years researching these technologies, the information that Beck just presented to you is why I built these and why I wear one every day. And it's also that time that we talk about my backup account, because the first time I put up this video, it was taken down for a violation, and I'll let you guess why. So go follow me here and check out my link tree on my website for other social media, including the full version of this Dr. Beck video.